Hey, good morning, Spray Wash World. Ray Burke. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just finished up a class here at the Academy, and one of the students that came pointed out some training videos that were online, and I was really shocked. The guy had 40,000 hits or so on some of his videos. In the South, we have a saying just says, bless his heart. And it's just what comes to mind. Bless his heart. What sets us apart from the hack, the guy that does the house for $70, is our property protection, is our equipment, is our professionalism. And while this guy, by all means, I'm sure he's wetting a house just fine, there's no taping of outlets. There was multiple mentions of, I'm just rinsing off the windows in the gutter. So he's really leaving, downstream live chemical on there. And honestly, these customers are getting exactly what they paid for on a $70 house wash. And, $120 for a 2-story. But I just encourage everyone to go that extra mile. We can cause damage to properties. We can cause issues. We can seize locks up. We can leave salt on property that can cause rusting, some popping of metal off of flashings eventually. Do a good job for your customers, no matter what price you're charging. If you're going to do it right. The video you're going to see here, this is not a comprehensive property protection video by any means. This is from a job I did last week that I just took some videos of lock taping and electrical outlet taping, and a door jam that was a little suspect to me. Just some ideas to pass along to everybody out there. Hey, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Always take care of those properties. Your customers are trusting you, so do as much as you can to leave that property clean and in good shape. I hope everybody has an awesome day, and wash on, guys. Hey guys, Ray, Spray Wash Academy. One of the reasons we always come in here and tape off our electric outlets, even though this is a exterior outlet, we can see there's a gasket around it. Whenever I went in here to test it, just totally pulls out. So while it may look waterproof, I assure you it is not waterproof. So one of the things we're going to do is come in and tape this outlet up to make it impervious to water. And we like to start at the bottom of these, so we create a lap siding effect, so the water rolls off the top of it, much like the siding is staggered here. So we're overlapping each one of our tape stripes that we have here. What we're using here is a vinyl sure tape. This works real good on masonry surfaces. It doesn't leave a residue like duct tape does either. So this is a hardy board siding, and a couple of more strips here, and we'll have this outlet all weatherproofed and secured. So each one of my laps are going over. Now I also have to remember to be careful whenever I go to take this off, that I don't just snatch it off, or I need to relay this to one of my other guys that are working with me, if you have employees with you, so that they don't just snatch it off and pull this plug out. But as you can see now, with all of these overlaps, the water's just going to shed off of this instead of, if we had it lapping the other way, the water in theory could go down between the creases. Now we've actually got our booster pump going to our flatbed, plugged into this plug. Now we've got a waterproof box on it. Again, we've got our gasket. So, gosh, this should be fairly waterproof, right? Well, watch. See the movement on there? I can actually see the gasket moving along there. Now remember, when we put a surfactant or a soap or detergent into our water when we wash this house, it's going to make that water lose surface tension. It's going to actually make that water a little bit wetter. So we need to do a little bit of weatherproofing on this project as well here on this box. Okay, now I've taped off this. What I really wanted to do is just do a little ledge on the lap siding above that to keep the water off, and then I didn't want any incidental contact coming into my plug in there, so I did a couple of wraps on here. I am still going to be a little bit careful whenever I spray in this area and not try to make direct contact. But at least with the stuff that comes over the top, it's going to skip this and go off to the sides on that. And then we'll come back and do a hand wiping of this area whenever we're done. The areas that we didn't physically wash, we can wipe with a rag. If we see any damage to the house, we like to always note that here with photographs or with video. The blades are off of this fan before we ever started washing it. What caught my eye was on this door. If you notice, this top jamb of this door really seems to have either a lean to it or an abnormally large gap there at the top. So we're going to put a piece of weatherproof tape over that just to help prevent any kind of water intrusion. And so we've just done a quick run of this Sure tape at the top of that door gap to try to prevent any kind of water from getting into this property. We've got another electric outlet here that we'll check. We'll tape this. Again, it's extremely loose. This gasket is not really doing anything at all at this point. And here's yet another gasket that's a little bit loose, so we're going to want to tape those up as well. So now we've got this outlet taped, and again, we overlapped our tape starting from the bottom to the top, so it's just like lap siding that hopefully the water will just drip over the top of these seams. Each one's overlapping by 1/2 inch or so, and the water will just shed off of this and not get into that electrical outlet. Here's another quick trick you can do. This is an elastic sealant called Lexel, and you can see we've just run it's a clear sealant, it's instantly waterproof, and we've just run a bead around this outlet box here. It'll dry, it's paintable, similar to caulk, very, very sticky, but it'll dry, and it's instantly waterproof. It is mildew resistant as well, and you can paint over it. So Lexel, great way to waterproof loose outlets.